Hi, welcome to Nutley Cisco Academy. Today we will be presenting our presentation on WANs.
Okay, so to start off, we have WAN point to point. So point to point is usually used for longer distances, and since it's used for longer distances, it's more, and also like the line is more dedicated. So it's not like the lines we have today. It's more you have one dedicated line on each end, so it's actually a straight shot, and it is usually it gets really expensive if you're trying to do multiple websites because you have to have each separate line for each website you're connecting to. So that takes up more Ethernet cards at each side, so it's more expensive. Also, it has built-in security measures such as PAP, which is a password authentication protocol, and the challenge handshake authentication protocol, which are both used to authenticate the point-to-point sessions. It can be used by with also VPNs. And then chat also takes a more sophisticated and secure approach to authentication by creating a unique challenge phrase for each authentication. The challenge phrase is combined with device host names using one-way hashing functions to authenticate in way there where no static secret information is ever transmitted over the wire. And the next one is WAN is hub to spoke or hub and spoke. And hub and spoke is almost like point to point, but when you have multiple connections going to one server, router, whatever, instead of doing multiple point to point lines, which would be expensive, it's more like having a point to multi point. So it reduces the cost, and you can also connect more people.
Next, one of the forms of WANs are full mesh. It's one of the forms interconnecting across multiple WANs. It's also very highly redundant as well, because since all physical sites are connected together, full mesh is highly redundant. And then, as well as in full mesh topology, time lag is the least when comparing hub and spoke and partial mesh topologies. A full mesh site to site WAN is the most desirable WAN topology that you want to create in either like for business or for home use. A full mesh network, however, is very expensive, not only to build but to also maintain of it because of the large number of virtual circuits. And and it's also more expensive than the hub and spoke and partial mesh because every physical site requires a WAN link to connect every other physical site. And one of the last forms is dual homed. It's one of the most common types of WAN connections. It's a network topology, but that adds reliability by allowing a device to be connected to the network by two independent connection points. One point provides the operating connection, and the other implements like a standby or like a backup connection in the event that one fails. It also improves reliability in two ways when used in rings. It uses two media connections in the ring so that media faults cause less downtime, as well as it single point to point for the attached modes. It's greater than that of a typical managed Ethernet switch. The disadvantage though is that it's more expensive than single homed, as you have like two separate networks for your ISP, and it requires additional hardware and much more complex configurations. But however, it also provides connection flexibility during, like, let's say you have to do a maintenance for your network. A switch, let's say you have a switch in the ring, can be temporarily taken out of service to load new software and perform like a hardware upgrade. And while your network is out, the dual homing maintains the connection of critical nodes in a LAN to ensure device uptime while permitting service work to be done during normal work time. And then these are our questions. You need so let's and then that's the end of our presentation. Thanks for tuning in to Nutley Cisco Academy on WAN.